Greetings everyone and welcome back to another episode of Rag Plays Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. When last we left off, we were chatting up the members of the crew and learning some new things about them, as well as exploring the Ebon Hawk and getting to know our surroundings a little better. This is going to be our home for quite some time, and it's quite homey. You know, a little wear and tear here and there, but it's nice. Before we get started today, continuing along, we'll be talking to Jelani. We'll be going to chat with Carth and Bastila in the cockpit. Something occurred to me as I was reviewing recent footage, and that is that things have been going far too easy for brave Telemachus here, and he may be getting a false impression of just how dangerous the universe is. Dantooine, a relatively safe planet, and not many threats that would be out to kill him. Not so for the rest of the galaxy, and he's going to learn that maybe his overconfidence is going to be his weakness. We're going to go up to the highest difficulty in the game, because we're barely taking any damage on these fights, and that makes for boring watching, I think. So at least until I determine that there's a point where, okay, maybe it's not so easy, it needs to go back down, I'm going to keep it on difficult. I hope you'll agree with that change. I know I'll probably enjoy the game more for it, so. Anyway, Jelani, we never had a chance to speak yet, and I'd like to welcome you aboard the Ebon Hawk. Glad you're with us on this mission.
I feel I must apologize for the way I acted towards you before, in the Grove. It was wrong of me.
You thought the dark side had consumed you. It's nothing.
I am sorry for attacking you. I am sorry for thinking you would only try to kill me. I hope that by helping you in your task, I may redeem myself in your eyes, and in my own.
Don't worry, Jelani, I forgive you.
Thank you. It is most reassuring to know that you can forgive me, even though I tried to take your life. I can only hope that, in our time journeying together, I will succeed.
Nice. And that begins Jelani Sub Quest. Let's take a look at that. Jelani has apologized for the way she acted towards you. She seems to be very hard on herself for her actions. If you talk to her more, you may find out more about her. Let's do that.
How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan?
I was wondering if we could talk.
What is it you would like to speak to me about?
I was wondering how you became a Jedi, Jelani.
How I came to be a Jedi? I am sure you would not find it very interesting. Are you sure you would like to hear?
Yes, please continue.
Well, it goes back a number of years. Back on my homeworld, we did not see Jedi very often, especially where I lived.
What is the KotOR homeworld like?
It was not the homeworld of the KotOR that I lived on. My parents had long fled from that place, and perhaps that is a story for another time. Rather, it was a human hive world that I was raised on, the hind end of space, a pit of a world, to be sure, where Jedi rarely tread. But we had heard of them. Well, everyone had, so that is not to be unexpected. Champions of truth, defenders of justice, heroes of the Republic. It was very easy for a child to be enthralled by their image, their mystique. Maybe I was one of those children.
Did you meet a Jedi?
Yes. Yes, I did. When I saw a Jedi for the first time, they lived up to everything my imagination had created them to be. I was awed, and maybe a little enamored.
Enamored?
They were quite striking, especially the tales of their leader. From that moment on, I knew that I would have to try to become a Jedi. To lift myself out of the rut I had been living in for years, and to make a real difference, as the Jedi were. the foolish delusions of a child. But this child made it happen. As soon as I was able, I left my world and went in search of them. I found them and was accepted. I had been living my dream on Dantooine for several years before you came, although perhaps I was not entirely ready for it, or not completely suited to the task. Otherwise, I would not have fallen. But thanks to you, I have been redeemed. Perhaps I may yet live to see that dream of mine come true. Come, there is much we should do. Let us not waste time talking. Action is what is needed.
You're wrong, Jelani. You made the right decision. You returned to the light. It was the right decision to join the Jedi. Journal entry added. Let's see what that one is. Johnny has told you of how she idolized the Jedi in her youth and dreamed of being a Jedi. It would seem that she has succeeded in her desire. Maybe talking to her later will reveal more about her past. Let's try again.
How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan?
I was wondering if we could talk.
What is it you would like to speak to me about?
Are you doing all right?
I thank you for your concern, but I am still a bit shaken.
Why? What's wrong?
I have been thinking about myself, about KotOR, and about my fall to the dark side. I keep thinking that it was my anger that drove me that far, that nearly damned me. I look inside myself now and I can still see it. I still feel it.
It'll always be there. You have to fight against it. Perhaps you just need more time.
More time would do me good. Time to distance myself from that anger. I think that is why the Council agreed to send me with you. They think, perhaps, that in your company, I will be able to free myself from it.
Some tough love on this dialogue choice. Definitely not that one. I think that one. If I see you begin to slip back, I will intervene.
I thank you for your concern and your acceptance. I will strive to prove that I am worthy of your company and trust.
They throw you a curveball there. You would think that the second one would be worse, because usually Bioware is pretty linear with its dialogue. The good one is on top, the neutral one's in the middle, and the bottom one is usually the dark side. And they went with the one in the middle is the good one. The one on the top is neutral. I can get behind that. Well, I think that'll be enough for Jelani for this moment, and incidentally...
How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan?
Yeah, you don't talk about the worlds, do you? Well, next time we come to Dantooine, I'll take you out, and maybe you'll have the option available. Nothing more for now, perhaps later.
Of course. If there is anything else, I am here to help.
We should probably look at her inventory, too. We haven't done that yet. Jelani, and we haven't even looked at her stats, for that matter. Jelani. So, Jelani is a level 6 Jedi Guardian. Compared to our other party members, she is woefully underleveled. Level 10 on Karth, wow. She has 78 Vitality, 36 Force Points, 9 Defense. She has a Strength of 13 plus 1, a Dexterity of 16 plus 3, a Constitution of 14 plus 2, an Intelligence of 14 plus 2, a Wisdom of 12 plus 1, and a Charisma of 13 plus 1. She's actually a pretty damn good character, all things considered. 16, 14, 14, 13, and 13. We can get her Strength to 14 easily, and she'll be very, very balanced. She's got a Fortitude of 8, a Reflex of 9, and a Will of 5. And for skills, I just moved her. She has... I guess it resets. Okay. +2 in computer use, 0, 0 in demolitions. She has a very high stealth skill. Well, not actually. She doesn't have a very high stealth skill. She has a +9 in it from something. Skill rank of 5. She has a very high awareness. She has 8 +1. 0 persuade, 0 repair, but she's getting bonuses in a lot of these, 0 security, and 8 to treat injury. She's pretty skill-based. She's good. Standard Jedi type build. Let's check her powers here. She's got Force Aura, Burst of Speed, Energy Resistance. I'm not a fan of some of these that they give her. I guess they're kind of useful, but like Aura and Energy Resistance we could definitely do without. She's got Effect Mind. She has, which I don't understand why she has that power, I suppose because she's a Jedi. She's got Stun. She has Slow, her dark side power. She has Force Push, and she has Throw a Lightsaber. So, Jelani will probably be leveling up her Slow, actually, and turning it into Disease at the very end. I mean, it is a dark side power, but it's something different, so could come in handy. For feats, she has Conditioning. She has Power Attack. She can use a Blaster Pistol. I don't know why. She has a Lightsaber proficiency. She's got Melee Weapons proficiency. Jedi Defense. She has Toughness. She has Force Camouflage. This is a unique ability to her character. Prerequisites KotOR, okay. Because of her unusual heritage, Jelani has developed her Force powers in unexpected ways, as shown by her almost subconscious ability to simply not be seen. This physical manipulation of light and sound allows her to go unnoticed, even in direct line of sight, and is equally effective against droids and living beings. Jelani does not require a stealth field generator to enter stealth mode. That is very convenient. She has both Force Jump and Improved Force Jump, and she has Jedi Sense and Night Sense. So, good. Decent character. What's her inventory like, though? Jelani. She came with a Jedi Knight robe, which we will keep her with. And usually I give that robe to Bastila, but we actually have modded robes for Bastila, so that's fine. She has a lightsaber, a stock lightsaber. There's probably stuff we can give her. Give her this Verpine headband. I don't see why not. And we're gonna give her some energy shields, of course. Her one of those. Give that to her other arm so that it's on her correct arm. What? What? How did I... What? 4? Did I have 2 of them? I guess I did. Huh. Weird. Okay. Well, in that case, what's her weakest save? Her weakest save is technically Fortitude right now. So, Fortitude or Will, and we have nothing to give her in regards of Will. We're going to give her the Verpine Cardio Regulator for a +3 Fortitude. And there we go, she's pretty much equipped. Everybody's good, I think. Can't use anything like that. I don't think we have gauntlets for her either. Bastila has the strength gauntlets. I think she's making use of those, though. Yes. So that'll have to do until we get some more equipment for her, but she's mostly kitted out. Jelani, I need to check your saves once more before we go. Yes. That's fine. And there she is. She looks good. I approve. Hopefully with new equipment she'll feel right at home, and we'll let her know she's loved and wanted. And anyway, speaking of that, I guess she's made her home in the broom closet of the Ebonhawk. I'm not sure what this room is for, but odd place for her. Some of the party members on the ship are kind of in strange locations. I would have thought that Jelani, being a more solitary companion, would have taken to like where Mission was in the back bedroom, kind of away from people. Mission should be out here in public because that's her personality. And maybe T3 should have been in the garage instead of Canderous. T3 and Zalbar or something, or maybe at least T3 and Canderous, because happens a lot. It seems like some of them are kind of misplaced. Like, what is Bastila doing in the cockpit? She should be elsewhere as well. There's plenty of room on this ship. It's like, I don't know. It's the little things. The little things I catch. Little design flaws. And they should have hired me as an editor. No, that'd be silly. Alright, so all that's left is to explore the cockpit and speak to Carth and Bastila before we get off this rock. So, what's in here? Looks to be a comms room of some sort. Oh, no. This is where we're playing Elite Dangerous, I see. Somebody left their computer on. It's wasting a lot of power. Schematics of the Ebon Hawk for reasons unknown. I don't know. I don't know what this room is. Maybe I don't know. Something. Communications, maybe. Beats the hell out of me. Oh. This is the galaxy map, the Ebon Hawk's onboard navigational computer. You'll notice that some clever modders have made it so the screen is animated. I didn't even know you could do that. When you are ready to leave Dantooine, you can use the galaxy map to travel to other planets around the galaxy. Very convenient. A destination is stored in the Ebon Hawk's computer from the last trip Davik made with it. Okay. Well, that's good to know. And, actually, you know what? That is perfect. That's perfect, because I know what the destination is. We're gonna wind up there, I think. There's gonna be a little mistake made, and, we were planning on going to Tatooine, but I think we're gonna be taking a detour to somewhere a little different. But anyway. Hey, Carth. How you been?
Yes, what's on your mind?
I guess you don't want to talk, sir. I thought you were starved for attention. My mistake.
You got it.
Alright. Also another mod here on the Ebon Hawk, one that takes ages to load every time we enter it, is this improved Skybox mod on the Viewports here. Prior to installing this, all we would have seen here would have been a blurry blob of pixelated mess in place of a really nice high-res texture of whatever planet we happen to be on currently. This one, it does look like a small discrepancy is present in this one, in that the modder was obviously using the improved Skybox mod, so the sky looks a little bit different than how it should. But other than that, it looks great. It looks way better than it used to. I often wonder what this game would look like in not necessarily redone textures, but just sort of fixed up a bit textures. And I tried to keep it as pure an experience as I could for this playthrough. But if I ever play through this again, I'll be sure to try out a few different things on my own. Of course, that won't be on YouTube, but yeah. Another little thing that was done as well with the Ebon Hawk is there were some geometry problems with the with various spots on the ship where you could see right through them. You could see into the outside because they left out a few textures over certain areas, so that has been fixed as well. People have been modding this game so long they catch little tiny things like that that you would never catch on your own. Takes 1,000 eyes to fix all the mistakes, I suppose, or 1,000 pairs of eyes. Anyway, Bastila, been looking all over for you.
How can I help?
I could sense you wanted to speak to me.
Yes, I did. I wanted to speak to you about our mission and what lies ahead for us. It seems fate, or the Force, is driving us into a confrontation with the Dark Lord. You must prepare yourself for when we face Malak. The confrontation will be difficult for you. I remember how hard it was when I first faced Revan.
Is it true you killed Darth Revan?
It's true that due to my battle meditation, I was with the Jedi strike team that boarded Revan's ship. We did not kill Revan, however.
What? But killing Revan is what you're famous for.
Our mission was to capture Revan if possible. It was Malak who turned on his own master, firing upon Revan's ship while we were still on board it. It was his desire to kill us and his master both. Thankfully, we narrowly escaped the vessel as it exploded.
Ah, so Malak did your job for you. You would have killed Revan eventually, right?
As I said, we were there to capture Revan alive. The Jedi do not believe in killing their prisoners. No one deserves execution, no matter what their crimes. Remember that Revan and Malak were once great Jedi, heroes in every sense of the word. They demonstrate the danger of the dark side to us all. I'm sorry, we really shouldn't speak of this anymore. The memory of my confrontation with Revan is painful. Let's return to the mission, please.
Sorry, Bastila, I didn't mean to upset you. Journal entry added. See what that is, Bastila. In order to prepare you for your meeting with Darth Malak, Bastila described her own encounter with the Sith Lord Revan. According to Bastila, the Jedi wanted to capture Revan alive, but were foiled when Malak betrayed his own master. Interesting. Well, I think that's pretty much it for here. I'm going to save the next conversation. I'm pretty sure she has 2 or 3 that are unlocked. I'll save it for our next stop. I think that'll be more fitting than right here in public, right in front of Karth. Anyway. Let's blow this popsicle stand. Right, so here we have a list of all our destinations, and the planet we are on currently, Dantooine. Climate is temperate grassland, native species, non-native now settled. Docking is the Jedi Academy. We also have Tatooine, which is the destination that Mac is going to program into the Ebon Hawk's Navicomputer. Good to note that, because he's going to be quite angry when he finds out that it's not where he's going to end up. The terrain is desert, canyons, and the native species are Jawas, sand people, and sand people. Docking is the Anchorhead settlement. We also have Kashyyyk, which is a temperate forest. The native species are Wookiees, and the docking is a Zerka Corp outpost, followed by Manon, which is a worldwide ocean. The native species are Selkath, which were a prominent enough race to make it onto the Knights of the Old Republic box art. For reasons unknown, I guess whoever made that alien design was awfully proud of themselves. Because they play a relatively minor part in the story. I'm not sure why they were front and center on the KotOR poster, but I digress. Docking is in the city of Atto for that. And we also have Korriban. Terrain, volcanic mountain range, native species, none known, now settled. That is incorrect, because the native species of Korriban are the Sith, which we will find out eventually. Docking is the Dreshdae settlement. And lastly, we have Yavin. These coordinates point to a small space station orbiting the gas giant Yavin. So let's go to Tatooine.
Lord Malak, the Star Forge is operating at 200% capacity, far beyond our expectations.
I am more interested in the young Jedi Bastila and her battle meditation. Have you learned how she escaped the destruction of Taris?
She was aided by KotOR, a decorated war hero of the Republic and a legendary soldier. During the Mandalore Wars, he was honored many times for his bravery.
You know this man?
Yes, Lord Malak, he served under me when I still followed the Republic. You could say I was his mentor.
Interesting. How did you acquire this information, Admiral?
An eyewitness, Lord Malak.
The bastard survived.
KotOR, a bounty hunter, was there when Bastila and Karth escaped the planet. Apparently they left him for dead.
A Jedi and a war hero. It's a wonder you survived the encounter.
I am hard to kill, Lord Malak.
KotOR has agreed to help us capture the young Bastila for a very hefty fee, of course. But I assure you he is well worth the price. His reputation as a bounty hunter is well earned.
Her companions are nothing to me, KotOR. But I desire the young Jedi taken alive, if at all possible.
Lord Malak, forgive me. There is something else. May we have a private audience away from the ears of the common soldiers?
I trust you are not wasting my time, Admiral Karath.
I promise you will be very interested in what KotOR has to tell you about Bastila's other companions, Lord Malak.